Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Thanks for pressing the record button, Mr. Real Ale Guide. Cheers. We've got Hardknott Aether Blaec 28-year old Speyside whiskey cask beer. A stout beer aged in 28-year-old whiskey casks, and this is what seems to be a special edition beer. It's beer bottle number 324 of only 420. I just want to get this close just to show you that, and use the bottle. Hardknott Aether Blaec. Now, while I'm on the subject, just quickly, I read a lot of Hardknott Dave's and Hardknott Anne's tweets. They're very funny. And the last time I reviewed a beer for the Hardknott Brewery was their Infrared, which was an unbelievable red ale. Again, using the BB Barfi bottle opener. This is 7.7% ABV. Serve at room temperature in an oversized wine glass and surrender to the god of the Aether. Let the spirit wash over you and recall the best moments in your last 30 years. Unless, of course, you were lucky enough to be that old. Sorry? Not to be that old. Okay. This beer was very kindly sent to me by MyBreweryTap.com, so I'm just going to pour it. Close to the camera. This looks mesmerizing. Look at that. Unbelievable. I just want to get this, let the microphone listen to this little bit of fizz there that's going on. It's quite a big 4-finger head, and you really can, it's unbelievable, you really can get the oak and the whiskey. Wow. This, from what I gather from doing a previous brewery tour, they must have chosen the oak casks that give off a lot of resin, so it really does impact on the flavour. I found that out, as I say, at a brewery tour, because they chose barrels, oak barrels, which weren't going to give off any oaky flavours in the beer. Gonna get the nose again. It's quite a very, very nice mixture of there's chocolate. There's most definitely, it's not one prominent flavour that you're smelling. It's not just oak, or it's not just whiskey. They're working together fantastically well to give an oaky whiskey flavour all at the same time. Wow. I just want to get some more in. I like the microphone noises. Nearly there. Okay. On that note, it is time to dig in. Look at the colour on the beer though. Perfectly black. Perfectly black, dark beer. You cannot see a thing through it. Not a thing. Okay, cheers everyone. Oh, massively. So rich. It's so rich in flavour. What I'm getting to the finish is a wonderfully warming, whiskey warming taste that's going and feeling all the way down my chest. The initial hit is of oak and of whiskey, which it was always going to be. Then it was a wonderful chocolatey coffee, and there's hints of licorice in it as well, and it all just comes together to be one mesmerizing beer. Wow. It's massively fruity too. There's a great fruit middle to this beer, which is really hard to describe because there's so much going on. I think, in all honesty, to be able to get every single flavour out of this beer, I think it will probably take 3 nights, and that being where you had 3 different bottles over 3 different nights, and you sat there with each one pulling the flavours out of the beer. It's so complex. The fruit is of a red berry, or a plus, not all, it's a red berry plus with some dark berries there too, maybe hints of black currant. It is so rich. The flavours are just on the front of your palate. It's just, it's lip smacking stuff. It really is. And sometimes you're getting the oak at the very start. That mouthful, I was concentrating on the fruit, so the oak came in towards the end. It's powerful stuff. And I feel very privileged to be able to, many thanks to www.MyBreweryTap.com for sending a bottle of their beer, which they've only made 420 bottles of this. Now, I'd like to read out some of the information. The original whiskey, Inchgower, was distilled in 1982 and has permitted the oak cask for 28 years. We replaced the whiskey with our own strong stout, leaving the cask sealed and undisturbed for several months, enabling the ether spirit to infiltrate the Blanc magic, contributing to the complex flavours of this well-rounded beer. Now, it is such a well-rounded beer, but I agree much more on the fact that it is such a complex beer. You kind of try and pick out how it was made, and there was a big clue in this bottle where they already make a fantastic stout in their can't think of the name of it now, but they already make a lovely stout. What they've done, like they say, they've got some fantastic whiskey barrels and they poured the beer in and they just sealed it and let it do what it wants to do. Also, it's hand bottled and naturally conditioned with live yeast, so it's a bottle conditioned beer. It has small bubbles rising from the side of the glass, which I would like to show you, to be honest. Don't know if you can see it. You can get in touch with Hardknott Brewery. They're from Millham in Cumbria, and it's www.hardknott.com. Check them out. This is what I found, what I wanted to read. Hardknott Aether Blaec, best before 14th of the 2nd 2014. Now bear in mind, it is only September 2011. It's got such a long best before date because it's just going to age and get better with the natural conditioning, the whiskey, the stout. It's all going to just keep blending and getting better. But probably even better after. They're saying that you can have it longer. You can leave it till probably 2015. Store in a cool, dark place for extended shelf life. Time for the rating. Complex stuff, really complex stuff. I'm absolutely loving it. It's completely made my day. We're in the beginning of autumn, when it's just starting to cool off a little bit, but this is, I could imagine this on a really cold winter's night, cracking it open on a special occasion and just supping it all evening, which I'm going to do now for the rest of this afternoon. For that reason, with all the complex flavours I've mentioned over the review, this for me gets a very solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Thanks for joining me in the garden. You can contact me at realaleguide@googlemail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer, and Twitter is twitter.com/realaletoday. Thanks for watching another edition. Don't forget MyBreweryTap.com. Order all your beers online. Also www.hardknott.com. Thanks for watching another edition, and cheers.